Thank you very much.
오늘 참가장 사위대를 모시고
Centering on the four position foundation of the true parent. This 1634th Cheonshim Won devotion. So grateful we are able to participate and join in this visit devotion. Today, internationally, 19,500 places are connected. 41,000 people are gathering their prayers. In Heavenly Korea, the Cheonil Special District, 210 of them are gathered here on site in the headquarters, offering their devotion, and Cheonshim Church 58, Iksan Church 45. In that order, they are participating in this vigil devotion also. In YouTube, 3,007 places are connected and gathering their devotion together, united in our hearts. In Heavenly Japan, the Nagani Church, 22 are gathered together and offering their prayers. Also online, 269 places are connected and offering their prayers. Kamikawa Church, 15 of them are gathered. Oriaka Church, 12. Oita Church, 15. Kashina Church, 15. And Cheonshim Won in Heavenly Japan, 9. In that order, they are gathered together and offering their devotion. And Amy Church, the church leader Kim Do-young, 422 of them are gathered to offer devotion online and within their families as well. In this difficult times, when centering on the Cheonshim Won devotion and really hold on to the lifeline of our faith through this Cheonshim Won devotion, 14,100 places are connected, and in their families they are continuing their Cheonshim Won Jeongsong together. Internationally, Kenya, during the 8-day workshop, spiritual workshop, they are gathered together, 70 to 80 of them, and
28명이
Spiritual Academy, 28 of them are gathered, and the Heavenly USA, Cheonshim Won, Malaysia, Cameroon, and the Philippines, LA Korean Church, and other different places, they are participating in their devotion. Also today, in front of the detention center, protecting, offering their devotion, there are people who are continuing the devotion, marking the 333rd day. Kwanak Church, Kuri Church, Ilsan Church, the members of this process, they're gathering their devotion in front of Seoul Detention Center. The True Mother, it marks the 333rd day of True Mother's difficulties. The number 3 symbolizes the harmony of heaven, earth, and the human, and this continue 3 times. I truly believe that there's a complete harmony and completion. The difficulty of a True Mother is not just a time of endurance, but is a time testifying to love, and as the number 3 symbolizes a new start, I truly believe it is a new turning point of the acquittal in this 1633rd Cheonshim Won special and 1634 Cheonshim Won special visit devotion for the absolute liberation and release of our True Mother. We are offering our desperate special devotion. This message was spent by church leader, Grand Church leader Song In-yeon. But even though it's a small message, short message, I truly believe he offers such devotion and sending them today. Adding with all the assembly students, 1,120 of them are gathered here. Heavenly Japan, Yongsong spiritually Sangwon students will do their graduation ceremony tomorrow and be leaving. They sang this praise today, and truly we are able to see them really revive. How much grace they have received. I think we'll be able to listen to the reports next week. miraculously, it is even more moving and grace-filled than our youth spiritual worship. And seeing these things happen, we should not just think that our Sangha students are young, but they are really actually reaching in the deeper depths, in this deeper realm. I truly believe that this time of being Sangha is a time where we could even go faster in depth. The great works will be conducted starting next week, and in Korea, 13,500 places people. In Korea, 76,000 are gathered, and we have 10,000. 100,000 is our goal. Internationally, 6,800 are registered. Let us be able to go over 150,000 and over 170,000 registers at this time, where we could gradually centering on True Mother and show to the world that we are gathered centering on True Mother. This is a time where we testify to that, and so with even greater resolve than before. All of the leaders and the blessed families, I truly hope that you'll be able to do your best, where we could see more registrations of the great works. Team leader Kim Sang has sang the song "Our Mother," and truly hope that there will be a day where we could attend True Mother in person, and while we offer this song. And 56 of the first Heavenly Japan Sangha Youth Yongsan Spiritual Sangha Trainees has prepared the song until the day of the victory. And by their graceful praise, we have offered such a hope seeing them. Chun Yu-sung, the International Yongsan Workshop Coordinator who is volunteering, has shared her reflection. Participating in the second spiritual workshop, before participating in the workshop, she said that she had felt distant with her True Mother, and she couldn't fully embody the heart and attending True Mother as my mother. However, after the second spirituality workshop, through the spiritual resonance prayer and vigil prayer and intensive prayer, received such grace and great works happened. Even though she's not great in Korean words, she prayed in Korean, and when the spiritual world opened up, she felt that countless spirits working. That such experience was so realistic. It was her first time ever receiving those experiences, and when after coming back from the detention center prayer gathering, she was entered the heart realm where she could feel and emphasize with mother's heart. And in the Cheonshim Won vigil devotion, she prayed, "How can I be of strength to our true mother?" and has offered herself to offered a prayer to heaven that please use, even though I'm so lacking. And for the very first time in her life, she had realized that True Mother is actually her mother, with such deep heart. She has volunteered to offer 3-day fasting for the victory of the third spirituality workshop. How difficult it was for her in a position where she felt that she wanted to faint. She received such heavenly message. Whenever you feel like you want to faint, think about, never forget about the path, about the thing that True Mother is having difficulties. She really prayed that if my small pain could become a support for our True Mother, she said, I will willingly sacrifice myself. With that kind of heart of sacrifice, that staff, Chun Yu-sung, I truly believe heaven has really worked through her. It's really difficult for her to offer 3-day fasting. However, our deaconess Lee Sang-moo After True Mother went into the detention center, she did 40-day fastings and made a victory for two 40-day fastings. And after that, did 5 40-day fastings. And adding all of them, the sum is 7. She did 7 times the 40-day fasting devotion. And while doing her fasting devotion, she participated in the Las Vegas Cheonshim Won Vigil devotion. Also, every day participating in the Cheonshim Won Vigil devotion. I truly think that she's also participating tonight. Why don't we offer a big round of applause for our deaconess? When we think of these people and also think about our personal devotions, even if it's so difficult, we should have the heart, even if it's difficult, with a heart of at least being of support, even if it's a little, to a true mother. Truly know and believe that heaven's grace works will happen. Working as a media staff, she didn't just take photos and videos. However, with the eyes and perspective of Heavenly Parent and looking the trainees with the eyes of Heavenly Parent in that position, she was able to deeply feel Heavenly Parent's heart. I hope all of you will be able to see in the perspective of Heavenly Parent. Also, look at this Cheonshim Won Vigil devotion that has been conducted in the eyes of Heavenly Parent, and also those who are participating in the church and their respective communities. Please look at view at the devotion of your communities in the eyes of Heavenly Parent, and view the members' devotion with the perspective of Heavenly Parent. Also view this nation, Republic of Korea, with the eyes of Heavenly Parent, and look Heavenly Japan in the perspective of Heavenly Parent, and look the world, Heavenly Parent, world with a perspective of Heavenly Parent. Seeing and filming the spiritual academies reasons as grace, she was able to go closer to the 심정, the heart of Heavenly Parent and true parents. She has proclaimed that when she go back to Taiwan, she has said she will practice the grace that she had received and become an instrument of heaven that shares the love of heaven, and determined herself to become a filial daughter of heaven. And in the future, the path that our Cheonilguk staff is going, I truly believe that the Heavenly Parents' love, grace, and blessing will be upon her. Tonight, the purewater assembly trainees has offered a huge praise. This praise is a praise that you have. It's the first time you're hearing it. It is the main theme song of the 2026 Purewater Assembly Training. Through the Songcam Awards, this song was made, where these future generations through music share their hearts. And among the process of making this song, our hopes is that true father's desperate heart and true mother's heart, it is a praise testifying to that love. Sometimes we feel that we are living astray from the providence of Heavenly Parent, but sometimes we forget about true parents. However, all the time, because of the prayers and the words of our true parents, we are singing that their words and prayers are connected to us, and for us to engrave in our hearts, we made this song, that father's hope will reach us and mother's shout will reach us, and with that love, let us rise up and follow the path of our true parents. This is such a beautiful song that was written. I truly believe they prepared so hard for this. So why don't we offer a big round of applause of congratulations.
아버님의 심정이
the heart of our true
여러분에게
Father.
닿아야 됩니다.
It should reach us.
아주
맞아요.
이 노래는 부르는데 한 번도 아버님의 심정
Even if we're just singing this song, but if you have never felt the Father's heart, will just be a scarecrow. It's gonna be fake. But when a true Father's 심정 reaches, sometimes we could shout,
간절한 외침이
and
꿈속에서 들려오고 찬양 속에서
we might be also listening to the desperate heart of our true mother in our dreams and during our praise. In those positions
소망의 일치, 사정의 일치,
where we become one with the heart and the mind and the 심정 of our true parents, I truly believe that we will bestow, heaven will bestow such great blessing.
모두 참여했는지 모르겠습니다.
The Purewater 664 should actually all participate, and it should be a praise and offer prayers that could move the heavens. Sometimes I feel if everyone could participate, it would be so good. It's better to offer 2 to 3 person offering devotion, where 1,000, hundreds, 1,000 and 10,000. When the numbers go up, the greater heaven will work.
한 마음 한 뜻.
With one heart and one devotion, one mind, it is a time where we must move together. Today, the Cheonshim Won Academy Hyojong report was given.
사실은
Actually, the spiritual academy was not planned.
영성 수원을 받고 나서
Those who participated in the spiritual workshop, because they received such grace, they said, I want to work and volunteer. They didn't want to go back home, but to volunteer, because it is a place we are able to see more people who are volunteering for. We got the inspiration that why don't we launch as academy, not just doing volunteers, but being participating academy students. Because of these people are here, we are able to see the providence of Cheonshim being unfolded every night. And Cheonshim Won Vigil devotion is not done automatically, but just in the system booth, there are several academy trainees preparing and conducting and doing the filming and everything. At evening, they are preparing the chairs, the tables, the setting the chairs. We couldn't do this only with the training center staffs. Because we have these people, we are able to conduct and continue this Cheonshim of Providence. All these are the people who are making it possible for us to watch on YouTube and Zoom. When you look at the group chat, they actually ask, and there's sometimes complaints about, but they're actually not training center staff, but these are the academies who are volunteering and sacrificing. What would happen if you start complaining about those difficult, even if there are difficult things that let us have a heart thinking of gratitude, thinking about the volunteers, and I truly hope that we could have a heart of gratitude towards them, because they are continuing this volunteering. They are going the path where they could deep root their faith. They're experiencing spiritual experiences and really deeply feeling the heart of heaven. And those who are participating in the academy together become comrades, eternal comrades. Doing the spiritual academy, they become people who can pray. They are being educated of prayer. Nowadays, there's no benediction prayer, but sometimes they are doing prayer of gratitude. We need to overcome just traditional prayers, but we need to able to. There was a message where we should establish people who can resonate with heaven. That's the reason we're doing this. The leaders who prayed for a long time, they sometimes pray that is feels natural to them. Sometimes it is difficult for them to resonate with tears. However, because our spiritual academies are pure, they are entering the position where they can resonate with heaven through their prayers. And there was this message, a spiritual message, that there should be people who should offer the sincere prayers. That's the reason why we're doing this. If we just continue our life of faith and formality, we don't receive any stimuli. That's the reason we're always doing new things. Because of these new things, we are getting new inspiration. When we're offering Hyojung report, someone actually brought a fishing rod. Because of that, they feel inspired. Also, doing a dance, they're not just doing any dance, but there's a new song, I Want to Attend True Mother Eternally. Trainees really dancing in that song. People will say, they'll be inspired and actually offer their applause to them. So a life of faith, we should also be always be inspired and always have the stimuli. If we don't have this stimuli, we cannot resonate. But we should offer our resonance, praise, resonance, prayer, resonance ansu. Resonance praise, worship, resonance worship. It's not using our mouths, but is it a praise where we can feel the spiritual world is together with us. This is the spiritual. This is the resonance praise where the corporate and the corporeal become absolutely one, and they are learning devotion. They're learning what is 정성, how to offer 정성, how to offer devotion. They learn this during their 6 months to 1 year academy period. They are also practicing true love. They are not they are just investing with absolute sacrifice, and while doing their volunteer, they will realize, I'm a person. I'm a person who can speak like this. I'm a person who can actually praise like this, and I'm a person who can receive this spiritual messages. They are realizing, and they are entering that position, and they having the opportunity of receiving these missions from heaven. They're also being able to develop their leadership skills in this period during becoming staff, doing staff for the 3 days residence prayer workshop, doing staff in the Hyojinjang and Cheonilguk and Yongsang Spirituality Academy and Muslim workshop, Songhwa spirituality workshop staff, and also staff in the vigil prayers. They are mobilizing people, praying in front of countless people, and giving messages in front of a lot of people. They are naturally, automatically become, they enter a course where they could naturally become leaders. That's the reason that spiritual academy is very vital and important. They are also going out as volunteers in the overseas mission, and 140 of them accumulated. 140 people went overseas missions, overseas volunteers. That's the course where, and the foundation that they could become future leaders. Now these people, after the vigil prayers, until the vigil prayers tomorrow, they will enter in a 24-hour vigil devotion. When they offer to 24-hour devotion, they will pray for the well-being and the eternal health and the acquittal of Holy Mother Han, and for the victory of the 170,000 people registered of the Great Words, and the 1,000 spiritual workshop graduates intensive prayer. For that purpose, they are planning to have a prayer gathering during the Great Words period. They are making a place where they could gather,
중심으로
centering on true mother, centering on our true
모두의
mother,
심정이
where all of our hearts be united.
기도를 시작하는데
They are offering their
된
devotion,
것입니다.
and that
근데
the
낮에
prayers
드시지
actually started.
못했으니까
They couldn't
사실은 24시간이
they
아니고
couldn't rest in the
30시간,
morning.
40시간을
It's not. In fact, it's not only 24 hours, but more than
돌파하는
they are offering devotion where they are
되는 것입니다.
breaking through their limits for 40 hours.
마련된 것이 아니고
This
우리
is
스스로
not being
자율적으로 24시간 기도를
this is not being planned
이루어지는 겁니다.
beforehand, but because voluntarily our trainees wanted to offer devotion, but
하늘을
through this
만나서
kind of devotion, they are able to meet heaven and
자기를 중심한
breaking through the
생각이 다 떨어져
limitations.
나가고
All of those self-centered thoughts will now fall off, and they'll enter in a position where they could cling on to heaven.
들어가게 되는 것입니다. 아주 이번 기도가 하늘에 상달되어서
Truly hope that this prayer will move the heavens, and on August
하늘의
31st,
역사가 일어나기를
truly pray heaven's words.
그래서 하늘이
Well, heaven will work.
차지할 작은 바늘 하나가 되기 위해서 몸부림치는
They are
그런 길을
offering their earnest devotion to
사람들입니다.
become the small needle that True Mother has been desperately looking for. The spiritual academy is truly
깊은 신앙의 길로
is
갈수 있도록
entering a deep life of faith. I truly believe it is heaven's providence
오늘
preparing
읽은
them.
말씀은 대단히 중요한 말씀입니다.
Today's Hunduk words is really important words.
완전한 대상이 하나 된 것은 천리가 보호한다. 이 말씀입니다.
Heavenly love protects the unity of the complete subject and complete object. Like these words, our true parents have lived according to these words.
7월 20일, 8월 20일 이날은 참 아버님 덴버리 고난 출감.
August 21st, today is the 41st anniversary of the release of True Father from Danbury prison.
고난 받으시면서
When True Father was
명상하는 사람, 밤낮으로 책을 읽고 공부하는 사람, 말없이
the
일하는
13-month course of Danbury prison.
사람이요.
True Father was a person who was not complain, will sleep
새벽
at
3시 전에
midnight
기상하셔서
and wake up before 3 a.m. and after he wakes up, offer 2 to 3 hours of devotions and prayers.
평소에는 기름때문에
Usually,
든 행주를 빨고
He will wash the rags that is stained with oils.
시간이 날
He will
때마다 말씀을 훈독하며
And whenever he had time, he offered devotion while reading Hundok.
충효지원 책
Even in the prisons,
팔에 정독하였으며
he read 8 times about the Hundok words.
훈독하였다. 사람들이 부를 때 헤이 문
When people call him Hey Moon,
미스터 문으로
it changed into Mr. Moon to Father Moon.
되었다는 내용이 역사 속에 기록이
These are written
그리고
in this
85년
history.
2월 1일
In 85 your year, February 2nd, in the East Garden, proclaiming the gates of a day of the gates of heaven being open, they made a proclamation where heaven and hell become one,
완전한 대상이 하나
where
되면
the absolute
지키고 하신다.
complete subject and complete object become one. Heavenly law will protect.
있었지만은
Because that's the reason why, even though the path of true parents was difficult, because they are the absolute and complete subject and complete object, they are receiving such heavenly protection. And
일생이라고 하는 것을
true parents have been being victorious because of that. We need to realize that.
1573쪽에 보면 어머님께서 하신 말씀에 아버님은 일제 치하에서 독립운동을 하다가 잡혀서
True mother said,
고문을
True
당했지만
father, under the Japanese colonization, he was tortured, but he was pouring his devotion for Japan, and he loved more than anyone else the Japanese members. After the liberation of Korea, and under the communists, he went to prison under the communist regime.
노동 수용소라는
The labor camp, the Hungnam labor camp, which is a
호칭을
place of death, he earned the title the saint of prison, amidst the prison.
감옥 안에 성자의 칭호를 얻으신 것입니다.
he have
미국
achieved
덴버리에서
the status, the
억울하게
name
감옥에
of
갇혔지만
the
미국을
saint in the
움직이고
prison cell.
세계를
Even though
구하기에
he
모든
unjustly was
노력을
detained in prison in Denver, but
기울이셨습니다.
he offers us
아버님은
devotion.
한마디로 용서하고
Your
사랑하는
father,
삶을
in one
사셨습니다.
word,
말씀을
lived a life of
하셨습니다.
forgiving
어머니적인 고난을
and loving.
당하시지만은
Your mother who is
아버님
offering
가시는 일처럼
difficulties,
사랑하고
because your mother is walking the path like true father said, has given us the words to
가시는 것입니다.
forgive, love, and unite. She is
완전하신
walking this path
주체 하늘 부모님 앞에
um,
완전하신
in front of the complete subject,
대상으로서
as a complete object in front of heaven. True father and true mother has walked this path and currently walking this path.
그러니 하늘 부모님께
That's the reason heavenly parent
우리 어머님을 지키지 않을 수 없고
can't
보호하지
help
않을
but
수
to
없다는
protect our
것을
true mother.
여러분
We
믿으시기를
need to believe
바랍니다.
that fact.
우리가 가는 길도
The
마찬가지.
path that we are walking is the same.
완전한
It is a path
주체 되시는
where
참
the
부모님
complete subject,
우리는 완전한
our true parents of heaven and the humankind, we must stand as complete object and be united as one. When we walk together, we truly believe that true parents and heavenly parents' protection will be with us all times.
불변 영원하신 하늘 부모님이시고
Heavenly parent is unchanging, eternal.
하늘 부모님과
True parents are the ones who are absolutely one with heavenly parent.
불변 영원
Absolute,
참 부모로
only,
승리하셨습니다.
eternal,
참
and unchanging.
부모님의
They are victorious. As we, children of true parents,
불변
and
영원
their
참
object, let us
참
become
자녀로
true, filial sons and daughters, absolute complete
천리가
object.
우리를 보호하고
When we
지켜서
become that
하나님
object,
일마다
heaven will protect
놀랍게 역사하리라고
and heaven
믿습니다.
will work through us in
지금
whatever
우리에게
we do.
가장 중요한
So
것은
the most important thing
하늘
for us
부모님, 천진 참부모님 앞에
is
완전한
becoming
대상이
complete,
되는 것이다.
absolute objects in front of heavenly parent and true parents of heaven and earth and humankind. 아주.
올리마다
That's the
하나
reason
되자.
when we are saying,
부르짖는 것이
we are shouting and crying, let us become one with Holy Mother and singing to the
하늘의
world.
가호하심이
If we
우리를 지켜주게 될 것입니다.
do that, heaven will protect us.
아주
아주.
그래서 오늘 여러분이 읽은
So
말씀
the words that
아주
we have
중요한
read
말씀이
today, there is
있는 것입니다. 변천이 이것을
heavenly law
움직여낼
protects
수
this.
없습니다. 아무리 대한민국 국권을 가지고도 완전한
Human
주체
circumstances and historical transitions cannot sway this. No matter how much national power of the Republic of Korea someone may wield, they cannot strike down and overturn a person who maintains the vertical standard as a complete object before the complete subject. Even if someone strikes that person because heaven and earth firmly hold onto the roots and the sprout, no entity can strike them down. No matter how great they may be, the one who strikes will inevitably be broken. That is the philosophy of life. As long as one attends God above and serves as the axis upholding the vertical position below, and as long as God holds onto it without letting go, the one who strikes will be broken.
되어 있습니다. 이것은
Because this stands as a pillar representing the family, the clan, the
대표한 기둥이 되어 있으니
tribe, nation, world, and cosmic heavenly fortune that can protect this pillar uphold this. Therefore, the one who strikes will surely be shattered and broken.
그래서 우리
That's the reason
부모님께서는
true
흔한
parents,
길을 가셨지만
even amidst walking difficult times, they were never shattered and broken. But starting from the individual to the cosmic level, they are able to flag the flag of victory because our true parents are victorious. We're not just offering manse with our words, but we are attending the victorious true parents of heaven and the humankind. And at last, after the intercession of the 천왕고 천의 sanctum, the victorious true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind who had opened the gates where heaven can directly govern in this new era, in any circumstances, our faith should not be wavering. It should be unshaking. Because that is when the omnipotent hands of heavenly parent will be upon this. I truly pray and hope that this night where we could all feel this. Thank you.
오늘도 은혜로운
Today, thank you so much again for giving us such a grace-filled
고맙습니다.
message. Let's offer him another big round of applause.